The operator of Japan's Fukushima nuclear power plant says it might eventually have to dump hundreds of thousands of tons of contaminated water into the Pacific Ocean. It's been 3 years since the nuclear disaster, but TEPCO is still struggling to clear up, with occasional radioactive leaks still happening. Well, RT has been following the disaster since it began.
Technically, we're now well within the Fukushima no-go zone. We're just 10 kilometers from the nuclear power station. These houses, ravaged by the tsunami in 2011, still stand here and nowhere near to being restored.
One of the frightening things about this entire incident is that there are no concrete boundaries that can clearly guarantee your safety.
It's hard to say what gives you a creepier feeling, the trail of destruction left by the 2011 tsunami, or the houses untouched by natural disaster but abandoned after the nuclear accident.
Just to give you an idea of the consistency, right now the Geiger counter is reading 3.29 micro-ringgits, which is about 30 times what is more than the accepted level. But if you come down here to where the soil and the mud has collected the radiation, it quickly jumps up, and it's still climbing. Earlier we got a reading of 99 micro-ringgits, which is about 1,000 times more than what is the accepted level of safe radiation.
The place where I'm at right now, more than 10,000 people are currently living.
The earthquake and tsunami which hit Japan in March 2011 led to massive radioactive leaks. 6 months later, it turned out that twice as much radiation was released than initial estimates said. By October 2012, operator TEPCO finally admitted it failed to implement safety improvements that led to the meltdown. Then, a year ago, record radiation levels were found in local fish, and it was revealed 3 months later that the cause was radioactive water leaking from a storage tank. Well, last August, TEPCO confessed that around 300 tons of highly radioactive water had leaked from Fukushima since 2011. Cristina Consola researches the effects of nuclear incidents, and she says the Fukushima cleanup efforts are poorly managed.
Many of the things that they're doing at the Fukushima site are purely cosmetic to have the appearance that there is some kind of decommissioning going on. We have the massive amount of water that's being poured and collected in tanks, and those tanks are failing. And so at some point a decision is going to need to be made about what they're going to do with the water in those tanks, because the goal is to keep the workers on the site for as long as possible so that they can try to mitigate any problems that occur from failures in all of their systems.
Thousands have been rallying in Tokyo, protesting against the nuclear industry. The Fukushima disaster created up to 300,000 refugees. Cristina Consola says that those people might never return home.
According to the Japanese government, they're trying to move people back into some of those areas because they've done decontamination, which people who have worked on the decontamination process have stated, that it hasn't worked. And we know just from bomb testing that even hydrochloric acid doesn't remove radiation. So I think that, that is false information that's being perpetuated by the Japanese government in a way to try to assuage people's fears.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand.